It's time for Motivation Monday, and this morning we're talking about building your relationship capacity. How do you build relationships when you're maybe just waiting in line for a show or a restaurant? And how do you make the most of your time there? We're leadership expert, trainer, and author and public speaker Pete Blank joins us.
And relationship builder.
Relationship builder. Yes, you are. So, but if somebody's introverted, I can see where they might, pull back here.
Absolutely, and this all stems from Friday night. I was at a restaurant in Tuscaloosa, and there were about 20 people. It was about an hour wait for a restaurant. So 20 of us were sitting outside. It was good weather, just chilling, and everyone's on their phones. Most people are on their phones,
right.
And so I thought, what if I start a few conversations and see if we can get the energy up with some people? And we had a really good time.
So how'd you break the ice?
I got some. Well, the first thing is you can casually enter a conversation.
Okay.
So again, if you're an introvert, this may put you off, but what you're doing is you're listening for clues. So someone was saying, I just saw a movie on Netflix called Hillbilly something, but I can't remember what it was. So I overheard it, so I said, Hillbilly Elegy? And they said, yes. And they go, have you seen it? And then a conversation starts. So again, it's not really jumping in. Now they went back to their own conversation, but it did allow us to create, now we had eye contact and we had something in common.
All right, then how do you keep prevent those lulls in those conversations?
Well, okay. Exactly. Well, the thing is, you always want to ask about the other person.
Okay.
So again, if you do make eye contact with somebody, I've got here, look for visual clues. So visual clues could be things like, are they wearing a shirt that says they work at a local hospital? Are they wearing a hat that says Alabama? And you could just say Roll Tide or War Eagle or whatever. So you're looking for things they might be wearing. So you can just say, how you doing? Are you a fan of that? In fact, this one gentleman was wearing a hospital shirt. And I said to him, oh, do you work at that hospital? And he goes, no, I work in food service. And I said, oh, how come? And he goes, because I never wash my hands. So he was, he was using humor to continue the conversation back and forth. So again, it's just a matter of feeling out the area that you're in. And if you're an introvert, you don't have to lead this. But if people do start the conversations, you can add value as you go.
To me, it's always like playing tennis.
It is.
You're hitting a ball back. They're hitting one back to you, and people like to talk about themselves, so you ask them questions.
You ask questions about themselves. How long have you worked there? What do you do? Have you eaten at this restaurant before? What do you like? And like I said at the end here, enjoy the moment, because we had an hour-long wait, and it felt like 10 minutes because people were out there. So the extroverts were leading the conversation, and the introverts would add 2 cents here or 2 cents there. They weren't leading, but it really made this bond. In fact, I met a gentleman named, I think his name was Bucky Ray. And Bucky Ray said, do you know so-and-so who goes to this church? And we said, yes, we do. So now we have a contact because he knows somebody who goes to the church that we go to, and now we build relationships. So it's just being open to opportunities and getting off the phone.
All right, well, but let's just say somebody's really, really shy.
Yeah.
Okay. What would you advise them to do? That takes a lot of courage to take that leap.
The key is to listen for openings. You're going to have people who don't want to converse, but the awkward part, even for an introvert, comes when we make eye contact and you're like, hey, hey, and then we both just look down. That's okay. I'm not saying you have to force yourself into those moments, but you have to be ready for them when they present themselves. This could be a person who could hire you, could be a person for a future in-law, maybe someone who has a child that your child can date. All kinds of things happen. I'm trying to set my kids up here. Are you okay? What in the world just happened? I got Mike choked up. Hey, let's send it to the kitchen.
I mean, y'all got to get it together out there. But here in the kitchen with